Guys, one more quick vid here. Just going to go over different fusing on racks real quick, and then I'm going to hit on cakes real quick. I think it's going to help some people out. Bobo the Pyro, huge shout out to you. Also, huge shout out to all the rest of my subscribers. Bobo had mentioned what he felt was a flaw with the fuse connects, and I also feel that that is an inherent flaw in that system, being the fact that Visco fuse is meant to be lit at the tip. It's not meant to be lit along the side of the fuse, but you have a minute amount of time of fire on the tip of this fuse and one of those fuse connects for it to light. So I like to err on the side of caution and have a little bit of extra insurance that it's going to light. I love the magic tape. This is packaging tape. You can pick this stuff up almost anywhere. It's just box packaging tape, aka Dave's magic tape. So this is how I would fuse a daisy chain. I would start my leader here, which would kind of be coming out like this, and then I run it the whole way. I'll run my leader the whole way, even though theoretically you wouldn't really need it. These shells light off fairly nicely, but I run it the whole way, and then I'll come back, and then this row of fuse would be facing this way because obviously the fire is coming to it like this, and then so on and so forth. So, and if I'm doing something like this where the majority of the racks that are in my show, I'm trying to make basically my own display, making my own cake, if you will, where these three shells would be all the same effect. I'm kind of using the internal timing of the shell fuse itself here, where I'm pulling out as much as this fuse as possible and laying it down, and I'm taking as little as possible here to the middle of the tape and as most here, and then this is my leader fuse. So this shell is going to hit first, but I'm using a big quick fuse that burns at 0.6, 0.8 seconds a foot, and this stuff is great, man. This is the fastest burning stuff that you're going to find for a consumer. I hear there's a consumer quick match. I haven't got it, haven't been able to test it out yet, but as of right now, this is the fastest stuff that I know of. So this stuff is really good, and it's the best that you can do to light these three shells off at the same time. This is the best that you're going to be able to do it. One other thing that I like to be able to do, just to kind of err on the side of caution and as an extra insurance policy, I'll cut a little extra piece of Visco or a little extra piece of quick fuse and tie it up right here. And then obviously we fold this stuff up. If you're using this stuff at all in anywhere, shape or form in your show, tape it. Tape it, foil it, cover it up, because if a stray spark from another cake falls on this, you're going to get premature ignition, and all this is going to go before it was intended to go. So this stuff will light with a little spark on the side of it. It's not Visco, there's no lacquer, it's just a real thin copper or cotton kind of paper wrapping around or whatever. So on to cakes. So my intention here, my whole show is going to be set up like this virtually. I want all these three cakes to light at the same time, so kind of doing it the same way with the racks. I'm going to be using the quick fuse, and my leader, since the fuse starts here, I'm going to offset my leader fuse. I might even do it a little bit more, since that's, I mean, it's just for show purposes anyway. But you know, to try to get this to light at the same time as this does. That's basically my goal here, to try to get all these to light at the same time. And then obviously my output, I have my whole show planned out on a paper over there. I have all the burn rates of every cake that I have written down on it, so I know that this burns at, I think it's like 39 seconds. This is like 35 seconds or something like that. So I'll probably be using like a perfect fuse, something that's going to give me that 10 to 13 seconds a foot range to kind of walk around the back of the cake, and then right about the time that this is done, it's going to light the next series of cakes. And it's fine to me if a couple of these are going off while the next one starts to go off, because I don't like dead air in my shows, you know. That's just me. It happens. If I have dead air in my shows, I didn't mean to do it. I messed up. But I'm doing this all with fuse, so it's the best that I can get. But that's what we got. One more thing. You're gonna run into cakes where you pull the fuse off and it comes through the paper right here. So you tape a fuse on it and think that you're good to go. But in all reality, if you feel underneath the fuse, you can feel that it goes into the tube down here. So cut the paper off. Don't have to be afraid of cutting that paper off, because that 1 1/4 of fuse, this stuff burns pretty slow. You know, that 1 1/4 of fuse is going to throw your show off if you're trying to coordinate effects like this. So don't be afraid to cut stuff open a little bit. You know, just the paper wrapping to get to the fuse or whatever. So I hope that helps you guys out. Like I said, big shout out to all my subs. Love you guys. I watch your vids. And yeah, everybody have a great 4th. Stay safe, and I can't wait to see setup videos of everybody's display and display vids. Really looking forward to it. Have a good night, guys.